This is my audience communication 110 class. Hi. If you would, notice the little hole up under my daughter's neck. I'm going to black the screen out so that you don't see my whole house. Now I have to plug the computer up so that this laptop doesn't go dead. Have you ever wondered what that hole in a person's neck was? We've all seen the non-smoking commercials where it was common for a former smoker to have this opening. The proper medical terminology for this opening is called a tracheotomy. In my speech, I will discuss what happens during normal breathing, what a tracheostomy is, and what makes breathing with a tracheostomy different. What does happen during normal breathing? The Family Guide to Tracheostomy Care states that during normal breathing, air enters the body through the nose where it is warmed, moistened, and filtered. The air moves from the nose down through the throat and trachea and moves into airways called bronchioles. The air then moves into air-filled sacs called alveoli. Inside the alveoli is where oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide. The used air is exhaled out of the body because our airways need oxygen to survive. It is very important that our airways stay open, allowing air to flow freely. During normal breathing, air moves in and out of the airways easily. Now that you know what happens during normal breathing, I am going to tell you what a tracheostomy is and how it works. A tracheostomy is an opening in a person's trachea that he or she breathes through instead of breathing through his or her nose or mouth. A tracheostomy is a surgical procedure in which a physician creates a small opening in the neck. A short, soft, flexible tube is inserted into the opening to allow air to pass through the trachea and into the lungs. For secretions to be removed, the trach tube keeps the windpipe open so a person can breathe easily. Up to this point, you have learned what happens during normal breathing and how a tracheostomy works. Next, I will tell you what makes breathing with a tracheostomy different. The nose and upper airway play a very important role in normal breathing. The air we breathe sometimes has dust, dirt, pollen, and other particles in it. These particles would be harmful to the small airways in our lungs. The hairs that are in our nose filter out many of the larger particles. There are also various parts of our airway that produce mucus. The mucus coats the tubes of the airways and helps trap the smaller particles. To help remove these smaller particles, the airway is lined with thousands of tiny hair-like structures called cilia. As these hairs move back and forth, they move the mucus up and out of the lungs and into the back of the throat where they can be coughed out or swallowed. Another very important role of mucus is that it adds moisture to the air we breathe in. The liquid found in mucus comes from special glands in the airway. Because an individual has a tracheostomy, the air going to the lungs bypasses the upper portion of the airway. The air does not get humidified, warmed, or filtered of dust particles. But I bet you all are wondering why I chose this topic. On May the 15th of 2013, yes, 2013 this year, I had a beautiful baby girl who had a few breathing problems. And the result ended up being that she had to have a tracheostomy placed. And a lot of people asked me questions about her tracheostomy. So I thought that it would be a good topic for my informative speech. So the next time you see a person with a tracheostomy, you will know three things. What happens during normal breathing, what a tracheostomy is, and what makes breathing with a tracheostomy different. Thank you.